Alright, so I know some people watching this video, you've been playing Dead by Daylight for the longest. And by the longest, I mean years. And if someone watching this video right now just started playing Dead by Daylight in under a year or just only a few months, this video is definitely for you. Because guess what? It's okay to be bad as a killer. And I'm gonna say it again. It's okay to be bad as a killer. It's one thing to be bad as a survivor because you're with 3 other people and it's kind of okay to be bad at the game. But when it comes down to playing killer, which I can understand why people don't play killer, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of pressure when it comes down to playing killer. You're basically in the driver's seat. A lot of attention is on you, and if you fuck up, or in this case, not do so great in a killer game, you're worried that people are going to be making fun of you. And don't get me wrong, they will. It's part of any game. You do bad, people will call it out. You do good, well, you're lucky if people say good job or GG. Remember, you're going to have a lot of good games, but then you're going to have a lot of bad games. That's just how it is, especially in a game like Dead by Daylight. I don't think I've had a day where all my killer games were great. And if they were great, then that's all because the survivors really didn't execute on their game plan on how to win, which is basically doing generators. Like, this whole game, in a nutshell, in my opinion, is survivor based. Because if people just do the generators, like strictly just go straight to the generators while one survivor is keeping the killer busy, in 3 minutes, 3 generators will be done. And if the survivor is good enough, he'll still be in a chase with the killer. What do you think the other 3 survivors are going to do? Obviously, work on the last 2 generators. So when you add a little common sense, survivors really have an edge. So when killers use perks like Hex Ruin, Corrupt Intervention, No One Escapes Death, I really don't blame the killers for using those perks. It is what it is. If a killer wants to play the nurse, I don't really care. You want to play a Skull Merchant, the Knight, Michael Myers, who cares? Play how you want to play, because at the end of the day, this is a video game. We're all here to have a good time and have fun. And of course, if you're playing killer, don't be surprised when survivors outmuscle you in a killer game. Like when I stream and some people want to see me play killer, I don't really give a fuck here. You want to see me play killer? Let's go. But I do tell people this. You know what you signed up for when you watch Fox play as killer. Now, who's my killer main? I don't really have a main, to be honest. There are 39 killers in Dead by Daylight. Yes, 39 killers in Dead by Daylight. And you're gonna ask me who my main is. I don't really know. I guess my killer would be the killer that I have the most familiarity with, like Michael Myers. Pretty simple. You just tear up, that's it. The Wraith. All you do is press one button, you go invisible, you're not invisible. That's about it. Pretty straightforward. The Trapper. Pick up a trap, you place a trap. Pretty straightforward as well. You know, killers like that, I guess you can say I main them. I don't really know. I mean, it's been a while since I freaking played as killer. And not only that, every time I try to play killer, the wait time to get into a killer lobby is ridiculously long. Like, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, you have to wait like 15 minutes, 30 minutes on a bad day just to get into one game, which is ridiculous. But nowadays, it's been fixed. Well, kind of. Well, for me at least. Like, if I want to play killer, well, I gotta wait about a few minutes, like 3-5 minutes. But most of the time, it's leaning towards 10 minutes. It is what it is. Like when 2v8 was out, I had to wait like 15 minutes to get into one 2v8 killer lobby. What the hell? I guess people love playing killers so much that they are willing to wait 15 minutes to get into the next killer lobby, which is crazy. Do they care if they're gonna lose? Absolutely not, because they love playing killer so much to the point that they don't give a shit if they win or lose. They just want to play killer. And that's the mindset you should have too. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy the fact that you're playing killer, because whether you do bad or not, it doesn't really matter. Just enjoy the process of playing as killer. You're gonna get better by default by putting in more hours into the desired killer you want to be. Or in this case, you want to be great as. You want to be the best Michael Myers? Well, you got to keep on playing Michael Myers. You want to be a pro nurse? Well, you got to put in a lot of hours to be a good nurse in Dead by Daylight. That's just how it is. It's okay to be a bad killer. Anyone watching this right here, I just want you to know, I got a handful of hours into this game to the point where, yeah, all my killers are P3, so I can use whatever perks I want to use. But does that mean I'm good with each killer? No. Am I good with half of the killer roster? No. I'm barely decent with a few killers, and I still enjoy playing killer. It's interesting to the point where you are playing the game with a new perspective. On top of that, why you should enjoy playing killer? Well, it actually makes you a better survivor. Think about it. I think the best survivors in this this game are actually killer mains. Think about it. If you think like a killer, you know what the next move the killer will be doing in a game. With that being said, you're gonna think differently, you're definitely gonna be playing differently, you're gonna be a whole new survivor just by playing killer alone. It really puts things into perspective that playing killer isn't that bad. In fact, I welcome it, and so should you. You know, it's so easy for survivors to shit on killers when they're doing good in a game. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes a killer's gotta eliminate someone in a 1v4 game. If 2 generators are popped and not a single survivor is eliminated, well, guess what? Someone's gotta be eliminated, period. It doesn't mean that the killer is bad because 2 generators are done so fast to the point that no one's eliminated yet, or no one's even on the hook yet. It just means the survivors are doing a really good job at doing the generators. That's all. It does not mean that the killer is bad at all. Usually what makes a killer air quotes good is when the survivors are not really doing generators. And when that's the case, of course the killer's gonna do good. But when the survivors are doing the generators, that's when things get interesting. It's really up to the killer to really make an adjustment to give those survivors a challenge. To me, if I could just get like 1 to 2 people dead in Dead by Daylight, to me, I view that as a win. At least a win for me. I'm not the best killer, but if I could just get 1 to 2 survivors eliminated, that's all I'm asking for. That's my win. And at the end of the day, play how you want to play. Some people think that having a 4K equals a victory, and some people like me think that getting a 1 to 2K as a killer in Dead by Daylight is a win. Which side are you? Or in this case, which kind of killer are you? But with that being said, what's considered a bad killer? What's considered a good killer? Does it really matter? But regardless, whether I'm a good killer or a bad killer, I'm still gonna play killer in Dead by Daylight.